Here we are in the studio, and today we're going to talk about that old question. Is it half full or half empty?
We all have a satisfaction associated with doing something that somebody finds useful.
The question about is it half full or half empty is metaphorical and serious at the same time, because in truth it's both. If a glass is half full, then it is both half full and half empty. The lesson and learning around that is about how we choose to view it. And so the half-empty person is always describing things in terms of what's lacking, what's missing. Yes, I have $50, but I need 100. I'm missing 50. I can't do this. I won't make that. This won't happen. And that's the language. So when you think about yourself, do you describe things in a half-empty manner, meaning everything that's missing, everything that's lacking, things that are not there, stuff people didn't do, disappointments that you have, stuff that didn't work out like you wanted it to, people that didn't keep their commitments to you? I know several people like that, and I know you do too, and when you're around them, it's hard to be around them very long because they talk in terms of what's missing. There's always something wrong. The food at the restaurant, there's part of it that's cold, or there's too much salt. And the conversation tends to center around the flaws, the empty part of the glass. While all of those things may be true, what it sets up is an energy around you where you, or I, if I do that, always look at what's missing. And we focus on lack, and we focus on being deprived, and we focus on that sort of negative piece of it. The consequence of that is that we create what we talk about. We actually do. So if you talk a lot about what's missing and lacking, and you focus on the lack, what you focus on grows. So your lack grows. What's missing grows. Your dissatisfaction grows. And if that's a place you want to live where you're focused on what's missing and what's lacking, you can do that. It's an unhealthy place because it tends to lead to frustration or anger, and it doesn't lead to productivity, and it doesn't lead to solving the problem. Instead, you can decide, and it's a simple choice. So for example, this is a recording studio, obviously. It's where I'm doing all the music for the songs, the albums I'm working on. I'm actually now working on 3. I was working on 2 albums, and I still am, but there's a third one that has come up in the trilogy, and now that has come to mind, the consciousness. So the album's named, and I've already got a couple of songs in line for it, and all of this work is just waiting on production that I'm busy doing every day, some of in the studio. If you decide instead, you make a choice of something being half full, then you focus on what you have. I have $50. I'm halfway to my goal. I have the opportunity to meet this person or to talk about this. I have the chance to make this happen. Ooh, I've already done this much. There's only that much to go. When we focus our energy on what's there already, 2 things happen. One, there's a sense of gratitude that comes instead of a sense of disillusionment or disappointment. Gratitude is a powerful place to operate from. Now, we've talked about that in another episode about creating gratitude and how to do that. But when you look at things as half full, that gratitude comes because you recognize, I have this opportunity, these people in my life. I got rid of that situation. Boy, I'm happy about that. And so that's the first piece. The second thing that it does is it puts you in a more creative state, and you actually see opportunities differently. So a person in a negative state of mind will miss connections. It's more difficult to do abstract thinking, connections, leaps of logic, intuition. All of that is harder to access, harder to use. And that's a tragedy, because the great power of you as a powerful creator is your intuition, your ability to think beyond the obvious. Choosing to look at things half full, choosing to focus on what's there and what you have, brings a sense of gratitude, and it also increases your creativity, your intuition, and your creative power, the power that you have to do things. And so it's not just a fool's game where you say, stop complaining. You're always talking about the negative. That's true, and it's irritating and everything else, but it also impacts your ability to think, to reason, to find opportunity, and to create. On the other hand, when you approach things in a positive sense, it's half full, I've already got this, only that much to go, what else can we do? We see more, we understand more. And on top of that, we get along better. So your relationships go up, especially if you're working creatively in a team. Your relationships improve, your ability to use intuition improves, your creativity improves. And of course, all of those things mean faster results, closer, you get closer, quicker to what you're trying to do. So let's use some practical examples. I'm working in the studio on all these songs. If I continually focus on what's missing, and I don't like that vocal, and I don't like that drum track, and it is really hard to get motivated to get back in the studio and get moving. Oh, I don't like what I did last time. If instead I think about the parts I do like, and I'm going to make a better track, it spurs the creative juices. So the music gets done faster. The songs get done with more integrity, more power. I go in the vocal booth, which I'm pointing over there because that's where it is, right over there. I sing better. I create songs better. The lyric flows. The meaning comes easier. Why? Because I'm in a positive place. So that's been demonstrated over and over and over again. So that's not an issue. When you're in a negative place, you can't be as creative and you don't get as much done. When you're in a positive place, you do and you get more done. So then the question is, if you're a person who always looks at things half full, then you know this and you understand it and you practice it. If you're a person who is easily seduced by the dark side and you want to, your tendency is to be negative and complain, what do you do about that? Well, change it is the short answer. Okay, how? So step one, recognize that I do that. I don't want to do that. I've learned that I'm going to get more done, feel better, and be happier if I look at things a different way. Okay, how can I do that? Well, step one is to acknowledge that you're doing it, which we just said. Step two is to start hearing it. Every time you do that, say, wow, that was a negative comment. That was looking at that as half empty. What else could I say? And then you actually start doing the work, the thinking. Well, I could focus on this. I could talk about that. You can enlist help around you. Every time you hear me say something negative, tell me something, say something, or I have to put $5 in, or whatever it is, right? You can create different motivations. But being aware of and then consciously choosing to create a different outcome is the only way to make that different. Now, whether or not you pay somebody or, fine yourself or reward yourself every time you do something positively, all of those things help. But the choice to make a difference, to change it, the awareness, like training yourself to hear it every time, admitting it, catching yourself right away. Okay, I did that again. Wow, what else could I do? What else could I say? And then not just think of it, but actually say it. I could say this. Oh, I missed that deadline. Okay, positive thing. Well, I'm doing a better job. I'm going to go make this negotiation and make a new commitment to finish it by then. And I'm going to turn this into a benefit. I also learned I need to make my plans better because I put that off a little. And so you can turn that into a positive thing by choice. By choice. And it's not a Band-Aid. It's not false positivity. It is training your mind to do something different. The benefit of that is your mind produces different chemicals when you're in a negative state and when you're in a positive state. Negative chemicals fatigue your mind, fatigue your body, and are not fun. Positive chemicals enhance your cognition, enhance your creativity, enhance your abstract thinking, and it enhances your ability to get along with others. Tons of reasons, glass half full. If you're not there yet, practice. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for watching the videos. Take this opportunity, leave a comment, subscribe most of all, and don't forget to spread the word about this channel.